Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Bengals going up against the Cowboys. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
And last week, they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cap blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
Now, and got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Fielded at the 43. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
And he's looking good now. I mean, 5 touchdown passes in the last game. Okay, he threw a couple of interceptions. That's a little bit of a concern. But I remember a basketball coach telling me one time he had a guy average about 40 points a game. And he said the press got all over him because he didn't play much defense. He said he's averaging over 40 a game. The guy against him's not scoring that. We still have the advantage.
Yeah, and they got the win last week in that effort.
Even better. It's always best to clean up things after a win than after a loss.
Prescott on 1st down. That's Samuel, caught left side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Interference. Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
In motion left, the tight end. They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, it wasn't an end.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
He's letting this one go, and this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 43 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
In motion right, Dorsett. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And while we have a moment, let's meet the starters defensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And they wanted to update and beef up their secondary, and they did that with their first-round selection. William Jackson III out of Houston has speed, good eyes in the secondary, and is aggressive on the corner.
They go to Elliott again. And some room to maneuver. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now Elliott. Oh, what a move. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. On second down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And the D looking like they may blitz. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's found the end zone twice. And now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's got room. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Prescott now on 2nd down. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Philip Dorsett, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. David Irving in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little biased.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to fire one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run it with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here comes the D swarming to the line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So we've hit halftime on Turkey. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Single. Watch 18.
Dalton throwing on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be knocked down sideways. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
He's got his man here. It's Green. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And the fans probably thinking, wow, that's the first time Dalton and Green have connected here, and it's late. Where have they been?
And because they haven't been there, haven't been present, haven't done it often, their team is losing right now. It's vital that those two connect if they want to have a chance.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Passing, it's Dalton. Caught here by Conley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now they run with Mixon. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Dalton. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for him?
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them...
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and short. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Now a handoff as they run left side. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now a handoff looking right, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A handoff left, Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And caught right side, Green. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march up another 15 against your squad.
Encroachment. Defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
False start offense.
They get the versatile Cameron Irving that time, former first-round pick out of Florida State. Following the flag, 1st and 20 now. To throw here, Dalton. Throw left side complete. It's Collier. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Dalton operating in the red zone now. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Second down, Dalton. And his throw here's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Dalton. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Again, it's Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And an alley to Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but There are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
Now, I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week, now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up. But relentless, that's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying him. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.